Earlier today was a UFC 316 pre-fight press conference. You had Merab Dvailishvili, Sean O'Malley, Kayla Harrison, and Julianna Pena. Dana White finally had the audacity to actually show up and promote a card. And honestly, I wasn't planning on making a video on this. I wasn't planning on really talking about this presser other than maybe in a live stream. I am being dead serious when I say this may be the most humiliating moment of Dana White's career. And I know people are going to call me hyperbolic, and I know people are going to call me a Dana White hater and a UFC hater. But there's a clip from this press conference. It's only about 15 seconds long. We're going to take a look at a bunch of different clips from this press conference. And it really was the epitome of where this sport is at and where the UFC as a whole is at in 2025. And I'm not talking about profits. Obviously, the UFC signing sponsors and they're making all this money. But the sport is degrading. It's like a business starts out and it's really worried about customer service. And, you know, like Amazon, when they first started, they're worried about having the best customer service. As they grew and got a monopoly on the market, they did not care anymore because of the fact they had such a monopoly on the market. That's what this clip is the absolute epitome of. But that's not all. Because people are going to call me a Merab hater. People are going to call me a Sean O'Malley hater as well. Because at this press conference, not only did Dana humiliate himself with only speaking for about 15 seconds, Merab, I've defended Merab for a long time, okay? I've defended him for a long time. This may be the Aljamain Sterling influence on Merab, because I swear Merab looked like such a hypocrite and so beyond dumb in this press conference, which we're going to take a look at a bunch of different clips. This man is riding out for Sean O'Malley. He is pulling a Michael Chandler, Conor McGregor, and he's Chandler. It's absolutely humiliating. And then to top it all off, Sean O'Malley didn't humiliate himself. But man, does he have no charisma. And man, is there absolutely no hype for this fight. I mean, this... You know, I feel good for a change. I feel good for a change, boys. I sit here and I say, look, I hate a card. I hate a title shot. And then everyone says, Joey, you're contrary and this and that. At least for once. Maybe I'll be perplexed in the comments after I drop this video. But for once, it feels like the fans are on my side. UFC 316 is a complete abomination and disgrace to the sport. And there's absolutely no hype for this card at all. The only person actually bringing charisma around here is Julianna Pena and Kayla Harrison, mainly Julianna Pena. So we're going to break it all down in this video. I know that's kind of a bit of a long intro. We're going to take a look at a bunch of different clips, mainly Merab, a little bit of Dana, and I think one or two Julianna Pena clips, because Julianna Pena, while she put on a decent performance at this presser, it seemed like at one moment she slipped up a bit. And then also, I forgot to even say this, we know now that Amanda Nunes is returning to the UFC, it is basically official. I'll show you that clip as well. Now, before we get into the clips, there was a lot of trash talk back and forth between Julianna Pena and Kayla Harrison. Just to sum it up, Julianna Pena saying, Kayla, you ducked Cyborg. And then she was like talking about how Kayla Harrison's got to make 135, and, you know, is she going to be able to make 135, and she going to be able to do it for a long period of time? And Kayla's like, yeah, I signed a contract. I'll do what I'll do what I'm contracted to do. And then Kayla was talking about how, you know, when Julianna Pena fought Sarah McMahon, who was like a silver medalist, she lost, and Julianna Pena was responding and saying, this isn't a judo match. This is an MMA fight. I'm trying to think of anything else I need to say about them. It was mildly interesting to see Julianna Pena and Kayla go back and forth. Julianna Pena has more as annoying as Julianna Pena is, and I don't even like Julianna Pena. She's got more charisma in her left pinky toe than Sean O'Malley has in his entire body. And it's crazy because, oh man, he's got cool tattoos and his hair's weird. Let's promote him. Kids who smoke weed. Weed is tight. Weed is tight. I like weed. They're going to buy O'Malley's pay-per-views, bro. And, I think that's it before we get into the clips. I'm trying to think of anything else I need to mention that's not in the clips. Kayla said, I'm going to get paid to put my elbow through her skull. Pena called her out. How are you going to beat me, Kayla? You can't knock me out. Nunes didn't knock me out. But let's jump into the clips. I don't want to make this video too long. We're going to start off with the Nunes moments, okay? Because Dana White was asked, I think Julianna Pena ends up answering, who's going to be the one to draw Nunes out of retirement? Listen to this.
There's a trilogy been discussed. Kayla, you and Amanda's always been discussed. Could the winner be the person to draw Amanda Nunes out of retirement for a massive fight later this year?
Is that for me?
No, it's to Kayla and Julianna, but if you want to answer.
No, I'll answer that. At the end of the day, Amanda hates Kayla more than she hates me. That's a...
By the way, Julianna Pena is going to, even though she did the best at trash talking at this press conference, which I don't really care about that much, she makes herself look really dumb here. Listen to what she actually says.
Fact. She wants nothing to do with me, and she wants to fight Kayla. That's why she's sitting in the back. And as Dana said, she retired a little bit too early. She's waiting to see what happens, but she wants to fight Kayla more than she wants to fight me because she knows that that's a big freaking fight, and it's going to be a long night in the office, just like Kayla knows. That's why she's being a lot nicer than you guys have ever seen her before.
So she basically says Nunes wants Kayla Harrison because Kayla Harrison's a much bigger fight. So while she was like all fired up and whatnot, I guess she was also saying because Kayla's an easier fight. I think that's what Julianna's saying. Julianna, after what happened to her in the last Nunes fight, it's crazy that she's even champion right now. She got an undeserved title shot and then a borderline robbery decision. I thought it could have won either way, to be quite honest. But she's like, yeah, she hates Kayla, but she wants to fight her because it's the bigger fight, because you're trying to manufacture yourself into a draw. But to be honest, the star of the presser, I hate to say it, it was Julianna Pena. She was going after Kayla left and right about her weight, which is crazy, about her fighting grandmas over in PFL, about her ducking Chris Cyborg. I'm not saying all this is true, but I'm just saying that Pena was actually going at Kayla Harrison's throat, and Kayla really didn't have any responses. Next clip is basically, and by the way, we're not going necessarily in chronological order. The next clip is where Nunes basically announces her return to the UFC. Listen to this.
Dana, over here.
Go ahead.
Amanda Nunes is sitting right there. You've said that you believe she retired a bit early. Do you think she fights again?
Do I think Amanda Nunes fights again? She just said yes.
And question for Kayla. There we go.
So Amanda Nunes is coming out of retirement to fight Kayla Harrison if she wins. I guess if Julianna Pena wins, she'll come back and win the title again. At that point, you might as well close down the division then. I still think the 35 division's dead anyway, because I don't think Kayla is going to have like a long run there. She's getting older. She has trouble making the weight anyway. But Nunes Harrison will be fun if it ends up happening. So Nunes officially returns. Now we're going to jump to the Merab clips, okay? Now all this is pretty much going to be in order. And, man, it got bad. This is literally like one of the first questions. He's asked about his attire, and he just starts sucking O'Malley off. It's crazy. He does this the entire press conference.
I have to ask, you're wearing the jacket. It seems like you have a Sean doll with you, so I guess...
And I even left the question in so you could see the context. He starts literally making excuses for Sean O'Malley and hyping him up.
What prompted this attire and to bring that out?
Say one more time, please.
Just asking about the jacket and this doll that you brought up.
This is a little joke, of course, but I'm dead serious for this fight. We all know Sean. He's a good fighter. He hits hard. I felt that, and he will make some adjustments, and he's gonna looking for finish, and it's gonna be a good fight.
He talks about O'Malley's power and how O'Malley's gonna make adjustments, and how he felt O'Malley's power and how it's gonna be a great fight. This dude's carrying water for O'Malley, and it makes him such a hypocrite, and I'll get to that in a second.
And after you beat Umar, it seems like you could have had your pick with any contender in the bantamweight
By the way, that's so dumb. Merab has no say in who he fights.
division. I think a lot of people are surprised that it was the rematch. So why was this the fight that you wanted against Sean O'Malley?
Like Sean said, he was injured, so let's see. Now he's saying he's gonna be 70% better. Actually, I wanna see that, and it's not. I'm not looking this fight easy fight. He hits hard. Only me and him, we felt inside the cage how fight. I was game. I have a good game plan. My game plan was working good. Now he's gonna make some adjustment, and he will have a different game plan. We all know he hits hard. He finishes people. And I gotta keep up hard work. It's actually hard, fights.
So there you go. O'Malley's going to be 70% better, and he hits hard, and it's going to be a tough fight, and he's going to make a job. Dude's carrying water to justify a Sean O'Malley title shot. Merab and Aljo are literally two peas in a pod. They are dumb as a box of rocks. I swear on my life, and it's so hypocritical. And I'm going to get to that, but I just want to show you the rest of it because there's more that we got to check out. Honestly, after this press conference, and you guys know if you've been following the channel, I defended Merab against false narratives for literal years. After this presser, I mean, I don't even know what to... Like, Merab, I'm kind of rooting for Sean O'Malley after this presser. Let's listen.
Yeah, I'm very grateful to the UFC to give me a rematch
Oh, by the way, this is O'Malley. What adjustments are you going to make for the rematch?
so quick. You know, it's an excuse. Call it what you want. I fought Merab with one leg. Like, I tore my hip 10 weeks before the fight, and that's just what happened.
Yeah, man, you're really selling this fight. Bunch of excuses from O'Malley. Oh man, I don't even want to listen to this again. I got to be honest, but let's get to it. We got more because we got Dana White in a little bit. Here's Merab making more. This is all he did was suck off O'Malley the entire presser. It's so crazy.
It's definitely different feeling because last time we fought, he was disrespect me. He was talking trash, and I was saying like, I'm gonna show you, and I did show. This time he's very humble and very respectful, and it's hard for me to like to take it serious, but I'm gonna do my best to keep it professional, and I know he's gonna make adjustments, and it's gonna be different fight. I know he's gonna stop my takedowns, and it's gonna be interesting fight, and I'm excited to see too. And I'm gonna make sure I gotta keep up hard work.
He's going to stuff my takedowns, and it's going to be a much different fight. Merab dominated O'Malley. At this point, I think the UFC's paying him to take a fall. That's what it sounds like. I don't actually believe that, but you get my point. That's what it's sounding like. And what's crazy about this, and you're going to see it in a couple more clips, Merab is literally justifying and sucking and just repetitively carrying water for Sean O'Malley in the UFC with hands down one of the most undeserved title shots of all time. But he cried and whined about undefeated, hyped-up prospect Umar Nurmagomedov, who dominated like the number 3 guy in the world, getting a title shot. And the thing is, if Merab just wants to say, look, I didn't think he deserved it, which at the time Umar was the only deserving contender, by the way. Okay, if Merab wants to think he didn't deserve it, and that's why I didn't want to give it to him, but okay, I fought him anyway. But now here you are, and the reason people were mad about him saying Umar didn't deserve it is because he was calling out O'Malley who didn't deserve it, and then saying he didn't want to fight Umar because Umar didn't deserve it. But really, Merab didn't want to fight Umar because he was the tougher matchup. That is a fact. And now he's being a hypocrite because O'Malley's getting one of the most undeserved title shots that nobody fucking cares about. And Merab is sitting here making excuses for him and acting like he wants to throw the fight. It's just crazy to even see. And there's more. The next clip I'm going to show you, he's asked, does he want to fight Diego Lopez? And he starts sucking off O'Malley more.
Yeah, let's see. First, I have to win against top opponent like Sean O'Malley. You know, like I said, he will have a different game plan. I have to win this. Yeah, and I like Diego Lopez too, but I would like to fight him.
So, top opponent O'Malley, like he's trying to sell us wolf tickets. He's straight up lying to the fans. And again, this would be borderline okay if he didn't just have a complete meltdown over the most deserving guy getting a title shot because he didn't think he had done enough. This is craziness. And there's more. There's more. This is actually a little bit of a funny moment from Merab. He's talking about kissing him some more and giving him a slap on the ass. This is actually kind of funny. But then he starts going in. O'Malley's going to be better this time, guys. O'Malley's going to put in work. I've regressed.
No, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe more kisses. Maybe maybe a little bit slap to the ass. We'll see, but no. I'm talking like cocky now. No. It's going to be good fight, guys. And I got to make sure I gotta win. I gotta win this fight. Sean O'Malley, like he said, he's gonna be 70% better, and he quit lots of things. And let's see how it's gonna help.
You would think this is O'Malley's best friend. And I know some people are going to say, Merab's he's just promoting the fight, man. He's just promoting the fight. He's going to fight. He's looking at those pay-per-view buys. O'Malley is not a star. O'Malley does not draw significant pay-per-view sales. No, Merab wanted the easiest possible matchup. Merab, I already consider Merab the bantamweight GOAT, so don't tell me I'm a Merab hater. He wanted the easiest possible matchup. The UFC wants O'Malley to fight for a title because they think he's a star, even though he's an industry plant. And now Merab is trying to sell us a shit sandwich that nobody even cares to see. And he's so inauthentic in trying to sell this horrible rematch that nobody gives a rat's ass about. I mean, it's just crazy. A little bit more we're going to check out from O'Malley, okay? The next clip is O'Malley. And I just want to highlight this because to piggyback off of what I just said, O'Malley's not a star. Had he won in emphatic fashion at Noche, I think he would have been like a good, solid mid-tier draw because Noche was hyped up. O'Malley would have went out there, put on a crazy performance, highlight reel KO, would have propelled him to stardom. But look at this, man. This is supposed to be the mega superstar, Sean O'Malley, that Dana White keeps pushing because he's an industry plant. Watch this.
And off the back of that, Merab said he took your fans, he took your belt, and he made you humble. Did he humble you, or do you think these changes to your life would have come regardless of the outcome of your first fight?
I don't know. I don't got much to say. I'm excited for the rematch. You know, I truly, truly believe in my skills. I know I'm going to beat Merab.
Man, that dude's a future superstar right there. I mean, Pereira's more of a superstar just sitting back and saying, Shama, Shama. Even though he got absolutely dominated by Magomed Ankalaev, the uncrowned champ, for years. No charisma, not selling the event at all. Dana White's teacher's pet right here in Sean O'Malley. And luckily, somebody called out Dana. Now, this isn't the clip where Dana embarrasses himself, but somebody actually calls out Dana for giving O'Malley Dana White privilege. Let's take a listen.
My second question is for Sean. Sean, some people say you're getting something called Dana White privilege, that you're getting a quick rematch without really proving yourself as a champ. What do you think about that?
Thanks, Dana.
Haha, and look, Merab thinks it's so funny. Merab seemed like the king of meritocracy 4 or 5 months ago. You have to be man first. Even though he just beat a top 3 guy and dominated him. O'Malley, I don't think O'Malley has a credible win. He got a brutal robbery win over Piotr Jan. He lost 30-27. They set Aljamain Sterling up for failure. And he fluke KOs Aljamain Sterling. I'll call it what it is. It was a fluke KO. Then O'Malley and the UFC conspire to duck Merab by using a false narrative and instead leap over Merab with Chito Vera, try to deny Merab a title shot. Meanwhile, I'm defending Merab the entire time. And now this dude's getting a title shot after getting dominated. Dominated. Oh, he landed one teep kick in the 5th round. And meanwhile, he's making all these excuses, and he's also claiming that he won. He even talked about the press conference. Man, I think I won 3 rounds. I think I won 3 rounds. It's craziness. But look, Merab loves it, man. He loves the undeserved contender and Dana White privilege. Absolutely loves it. So to sum that part up, and we're going to get to the last clip of Dana White, O'Malley, teacher's pet, industry plant, no charisma. I don't think he'll ever be a superstar unless they really baby him. He flukes a KO over Merab and then they baby him and give him nothing but winnable matchups for the next 2 years. Maybe then they can astroturf him into superstardom. But to be honest, I kind of want O'Malley to win. You know, I hate to say that. Merab, I think he's really embarrassed himself here. He looks like such a massive hypocrite here. Hyping up undeserved contender O'Malley with a fight that has absolutely no hype, all because he wants the easiest possible matchup, even though he's ran through all the toughest guys in the division. So I get it. You could say, oh, well, no one's necessarily deserving. But he threw a fit about Umar, and now he's justifying O'Malley getting the most undeserved title shot in bantamweight history. I mean, just insane. It just shows where the sport's at. The last clip I want to check out, and this is truly the full inspiration for why I made this full recap. By the way, guys, let me know down in the comments, do you like these press conference rematches? Do you like these press conference recaps? I'm genuinely curious. Let me know down in the comments. This is the most damning moment of the entire press conference. Dana White asked about, Dana, why'd you decide to make this fight? Listen to this, guys. Listen to this. Truly.
He's very humble and very respectful.
I went to the wrong timestamp. Sorry about that, guys. Let me jump to the proper timestamp. Right here is where Dana White's asked the question, and man, he doesn't know what to say. He's at a loss for words. Listen to this. If this doesn't get you excited for UFC 316, O'Malley Merab 2, I don't know what does.
Then my final question for Dana. Dana, straight ahead. Like I said, Merab could have had his pick against any of these bantamweight contenders. So for you, why was this the fight that you felt should have been made?
This is the fight that people wanted to see. Except for these 6 guys over here.
This is the fight the fans want to see. To essentially radio silence and also being heckled. The only noise you heard was a few guys heckling him for a shit title fight. I mean, let's watch that again. We got to watch that entire sequence again. I'm going to kind of skip through the question a little bit. But Dana doesn't know what to say because there's nothing to promote about this fight. Oh, Merab dominated him a couple months ago, and now we're just going to run it back for no apparent reason.
Like I said, Merab could have had his pick against any of these bantamweight contenders. So for you, why was this the fight that you felt should have been made?
This is the fight that people wanted to see. Except for these 6 guys over here.
I'm going to be honest. That clip right there is in a nutshell. Dana White checked out of the UFC. Dana White up Turkey Al-Sheikh's ass about boxing. Dana White promoting Power Slap. He doesn't even know what to say. He can't even sell us wolf tickets. He can't even say, look, O'Malley willing to take on anyone, anywhere, anytime, which is technically is a lie. But man, he had some injuries. We knew about it beforehand, and he wanted a second opportunity, and he thinks he has what it takes to make the adjustments and win this fight. And it's a very interesting, compelling matchup. He didn't even have the energy to even attempt to promote this fucking piece of shit fight. I hate UFC 316. I keep thinking of Stone Cold Steve Austin every time I say 316. I'm being dead serious, and I'm going to play this one more time. I'm going to try to play the answer. I'm just going to try to play the answer. This may be more embarrassing than the clip of him slapping his wife in a club in Mexico at 53. If not, it's just a very close second. Listen, he has nothing to say here. He couldn't even conjure up an answer. Hey, Dana, why did you book this main event of a pay-per-view that you're going to sell for $85?
Well, it should have been made.
This is the fight that people wanted to see.
You think he believes that? This is the fight that people want to see? I mean, this is really the epitome of where the UFC's at right now. Fake title shot after fake title shot after fake title shot after fake title shot. And I'm getting sick of it. And Dana White can't even bother to try to promote it because it's such a shit fight. So humiliating, embarrassing, cringy. Made me feel, just weird just even watching that. Like, it's like watching Tony Ferguson fight nowadays is watching Dana White promote a pay-per-view. I'm surprised he even showed up for the presser. Think about that. The head of the UFC couldn't even bother to muster up an answer for why did you make this pay-per-view main event. This is the fight the fans want to see. Nobody wants to see this fight. So anyway, to sum up the press conference, O'Malley no charisma, Merab humiliating himself, Dana White completely checked out and humiliating himself with one simple question. Julianna Pena actually selling the Kayla Harrison fight. And that's actually an interesting matchup. Julianna Pena, wants to fight Nunes, I guess, if she wins. I don't know if Nunes would still come back. Nunes is now returning, but I think mainly for Kayla Harrison. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys thought of the presser down in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching.